Honourable members, our revered nominee, and the guests, you are all welcome.
Thank you.
Honourable members, following the appointment or nomination by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, it was read in Parliament and referred to the Appointment Committee, following which we have scheduled today to perform our responsibility by way of vetting the nominees, reporting to Parliament, and then getting the approval or disapproval. For that reason, first on the list is Justice Senyo Dzamefe. I am aware he is the longest serving judge in this country. He's a Court of Appeal judge. Without wasting much time, we'll proceed to swear him in. So, clerk of the committee, may you proceed to administer the oath.
I, Justice Senyo Dzamefe,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Honourable members, it's for some time now we didn't do vetting, so the public may want to know us again by way of self-introduction. My name is Bernard Ahiafo, First Deputy Speaker of Ghana's Parliament and Chairman of the Appointment Committee.
I am Alexander Kwamena Apenyo-Markin, Member of Parliament for Efutu. I lead the Mighty Minority Caucus in Parliament, and I am the ranking member of this important committee of Parliament.
And I am Patricia Apieje, a Member of Parliament for representing the good people of Asukwa, the Deputy Minority Leader, and a member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Patrick Boma, MP, Okankwe Central, a member of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Tony Mie, Member of Parliament for Dotobri, and the Vice Chairman for Committee on Judiciary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Nana Ejeyi Bafo Ewua, MP for Menchia South, and a member of the Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. My name is Hassan Tampuli, Member of Parliament for the good and virtuous people of Gushegu in the Northern Region, and Deputy Ranking to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, my name is John Dark, I'm a Member of Parliament for Swami. I represent the Judicial Committee.
Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mohammed Adams Suparo, MP for Sisala West, Deputy Ranking Judicial Committee.
Thank you. My name is Bid Anwatazmo Zieden, and I represent the good and wonderful people of the Laura constituency. I am the ranking on judiciary and a subject matter representative on this particular committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Eliklim Akurugu, representing the good people of Dome Kwabinya. I'm a member of the committee. Thank you.
My name is Al Hassan Umar, MP for Zabzugu in the Northern Region, and a member of the Committee on Appointment.
Ladi Ayayamba is my name, MP for Pusiga, and a member of this committee.
Honorable Chair, my name is Jerry Ahmed Shaib, representing the good people of Wejagbawe and the second minority whip.
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, welcome. Chairman, my name is Roxanne Nelson Dapamoko, MP for the good people of South in the Volta region, Majority Chief Whip, a member of the committee. Thank you.
My name is Mahama Ayariga, Member of Parliament for Boku Central and Majority Leader and Leader of Government Business. I'm the one that the standing order says I can sit and ask questions.
Thank you very much, honorable members. May I proceed and humbly ask the nominee to tell us about himself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, good morning, Mr. Chairman and honorable members of the committee. I am Senyo Dzamefe. I come from Agogwenlume, a village near Ho. Mr. Chairman, after my basic education, I entered the University of Ghana in 1979 to read law. I graduated with the LLB in 1982 and proceeded to the law school. Graduated in 1984 and was called to the bar. I was posted to the Attorney General's Department, Ho. After the service, employed and posted to Bolga. In 1988, I joined the public tribunals and was the regional chairman of the Tema Regional Tribunal, as well as WA Regional Tribunal. In 1994, we were integrated into the main system, the judicial service. And in 1996, I was posted to the Circuit Tribunal in Koforidua. In the year 2000, I was appointed a High Court judge and posted to Second D. In the year 2002, I was transferred from Second D to Swedru High Court. I was in Swedru High Court to 2008 and posted to the Fast Track Court 4, Accra. In 2010, I was appointed Appeal Court judge. And then
my lord, just be brief.
All right. We have an association, the Association of Magistrates and Judges. I was the vice president when I was in the High Court, and then became the president when I was in the Court of Appeal. Then, Mr. Chairman, I represented all my benches on the Judicial Council, Lower Court, High Court, and the Court of Appeal bench. And then I was a member of the Rules Committee for 2 years, 2 terms. I was the chairman of the Disciplinary Committee of the Judiciary. I was a member of the Appointments Committee. I was a member of the Rules of Court Committee as well. Mr. Chairman, I was a member of the CMJ and a member of the Planning Committee that held the International Conference in Ghana. On the national level, Mr. Chairman, I chaired the Brazil Commission set up by His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, to investigate into the Black Stars Brazil World Cup campaign. For my hobbies, I like legal awareness, so wherever I have the chance, I teach the law. I do at GIMPA voluntary lectures. Then in fact, I introduced the bench faculty interaction when I was the president of our association. We did for GIMPA and Legon. I chaired the moot court in Legon. Then I'm a sports enthusiast. I go to the gym, I do K-Fit, I walk. And to top it all, I'm an ardent soccer fan. And Mr. Chairman, I never walk alone. Thank you.
He says he doesn't walk alone. So you should understand.
Thank you very much. Honorable Patrick Bowman, are you in readiness to start?
No.
Very well.
He doesn't walk alone. So
very well, very well. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Akurugu to start asking questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. And then welcome.
Morning.
Yes. What is your view on the doctrine of separation of powers in Ghana? Thank you.
Separation of powers basically means there should be no overlaps between the 3 arms of government: the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Honorable, you have the floor.
Your listeners. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations to your nominee.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, my question to the nominee is, what innovations would you suggest to improve justice delivery in Ghana? Innovations would you suggest to improve justice delivery in Ghana?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anybody who wants to maximize productivity must first think of the human resource. That is a mistake a lot of people make. First, think of those who will give you the product. So, Mr. Chairman, the first is to motivate the staff. Motivate the staff. Then number 2, if you want work to go on fast, you mustn't load one entity too much. So what do? We need more courts. When we have more courts, the job is spread thin and it goes faster. Number 3, after the courts, what next? You need the tools, the working tools. Because if you have the courts, you have the resources, and you don't have the working tools, it doesn't work. So what do? We must go technology. We need the tools, technological tools now. Time of long handwriting is past. So we have to go to AI tools like voice recording and transcriptions, so that by the end of the day, just as the court finishes sitting, the records are ready. Then, Mr. Chairman, we also need to go virtual courts, so that you necessarily don't have to go to the court before you give evidence. Such that when you are not there, it has to be postponed or you have to travel all the way. So when you have virtual courts, you can still give evidence wherever you are, and the case goes on. And last but definitely not least, I think we must set timelines for cases. Let's say criminal cases, 3 months, civil 6 months. There must be timeline. Then the parties as well as the court knows that we are within certain time period to finish cases. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm done.
Thank you very much. I proceed to give the floor to Honorable Tampoli. Honorable, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You are entitled to ask one question.
Mr. Chairman, I'm entitled to ask only one question.
Follow up, if any.
Very well, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Honorable Nominee.
Morning, sir.
I want us to do some little exercise in the Constitution relative to the opening provision under Chapter 11, Article 125 to be precise. And Mr. Chairman, if you permit me, I will just read Article 1251. Justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the Republic by the judiciary, which shall be independent and subject only to this Constitution. End quote. Honorable Nominee, in this Constitution, do you think there are sufficient checks, provisions, to ensure that the judiciary is indeed independent? If so, why? If you can give me 2 or 3 provisions that supports your position, I'll be very grateful. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When we have 3 aspects, the judicial aspect, the financial and administrative aspects of the judiciary. When it comes to judiciary, yes, we are independent. Administrative, yes, we are independent. Financial, I don't think we are, because you people, you give us money. When the budget comes to you, you are the people who think about it and allocate what you think we need. So basically, those 2 aspects, we are independent, but when it comes to financial, we are not. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a follow-up. And the follow-up is that, can you reference any provisions in addition to this one that guarantees and fortifies the judicial independence?
Yes, the Constitution says that when cases come to you, as much as possible, you have to be independent in what you do. You don't have to listen to anybody when you are judging your cases. So as much as that, we are independent. We don't have any interferences, no. You work on the evidence before you, and you base your judgment on the evidence and the law. That's it. And the Constitution guarantees that is what you have to do. Our allegiance is to the Constitution and not to any human being or any other authority. Thank you.
Yes, I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Awua Bafo. Please, you have the floor. Equally, one question.
Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I want to confirm a report that captures the nominee, and then I will ask my substantive question if you agree. Sir, on the 30th of September 2021, my jaw online reported a statement made by you whilst President of the Association of Judges and Magistrates at your conference, annual conference. I want to confirm if indeed you made that statement, then I'll proceed to ask my substantive question.
Honourable Member, do you have a copy of the report? You have to take a cue from your leader. Your leader will always bring a copy, and then we show the nominee what you are referring to.
Sure, my lady. But, Mr. Chairman, do you mind if
electronic copy?
It's an electronic copy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It states as follows. It is sad that judges in Ghana will have to fight every year for their legitimate allowances to be paid. It is sad that the leadership of the association has to personally trek to the Ministry of Finance, Controller and Accountant General's Department. We have to fall on friends at the seat of government to push for such allowances to be paid, he said on Wednesday. Please, do you confirm making the statement?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Now, in view of this, how is judicial independence compromised? Does this affect judicial independence?
No, Mr. Chairman. This is just simply about lobbying. Lobbying, which everybody does if you want something. Thank you.
Now, follow up, Mr. Chairman. If a friend of yours who you lobbied at the presidency also comes to lobby you, a friend of yours who you lobbied for your allowances to be paid, also comes to lobby you in respect of a case before you, what will you do about it?
One good turn deserves another.
One good turn, they say, deserves another. What will you do about it?
Mr. Chairman, as judges, we base our decisions on the evidence and the facts, not on friendship. So if I have fallen on somebody to press something, not for me, but for the association, I was talking for the association, and that person appears before any court, not necessarily my court, the decision will be based on the facts and the evidence, not because of an association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On the issue of whether or not you are independent, you stated clearly that regarding financials, it looks as if you are not. Very
yes,
well.
Mr. Chairman.
We'll then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Anthony Imie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, nominee.
Thank you.
My question is, would you recommend suppression of investigative journalism to protect the dignity of the judiciary?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Can I get the question again, please?
Very well. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, very well. My question is, would you recommend suppression of investigative journalism to protect the dignity of the judiciary? And this is against the backdrop that after the Anas expose, in fact, it's been reported by TV3 News, this is online, you are reported to have said that the expose, in quotes, tainted the dignity and value of the judiciary. It is also reported that you said, quote, that the expose should have been blocked. So that is the reason for my question.
Mr. Chairman, I don't remember the first quote. No, those are not my words. And then saying it could have been blocked. No, I don't think, I'm not very sure about that. But generally, I wouldn't recommend repression. Any investigative journalist who wants to do a thorough job, once it's true, why would I recommend suppression? No, I wouldn't. Once it's fair, fine. But I don't remember the first statement you made, because those are not my words.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have
Any
a follow-up
further
question. How would you balance protecting the reputation of the judiciary and upholding free press as well as public accountability?
Yes, Honourable Nominee.
We can't gag the press. So far as they do a good job and they don't misinform or disinform, we don't have any authority to gag them. The only guidelines are make sure your reportage is the truth. The press can come to report our cases or come to do anything with the judiciary. We are not sacrosanct. They can come and do that. We don't have the power to stop them, but just make sure that what you are reporting or your reportage is the truth and it's fair. And then, as much as possible, do follow-ups before you come out. If you don't understand anything, ask. Don't report on perceptions. Please, Mr. Chairman, don't forget the judiciary is different from the judicial service. But a lot of people mix these things up. Things happening in the judicial service are attributed to the judiciary. We are two different arms, but working together. Thank you.
Yes, any further question? Very well. Thank you.
Honorable Mayor, you are entitled to 3 questions. It's different from the constitutional legal. No, you are a bona fide member of the committee.
Very well. Then I have other questions for you, my lord.
Honourable members, regarding Anthony Imie, I never said you are entitled to 1 question.
I am very grateful.
That is why I am asking you, do you have any further questions? And you said, no, you don't have a further question. So if you have a further question,
I have 2 more.
Just proceed to ask.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, nominee, Yao Opong, who is Justice of the Court of Appeal and an authority on constitutional law, has suggested that it was unconstitutional when the Dzamefe Commission released a white paper prior to the release of the full report covering, it's reported in My Joy Online. Prior to the release of a full paper, yes, a full paper on the 2015 World Cup inquiry. Now my question is, how would you respond to such a suggestion that the release of a white paper prior to the release of a full report is a violation of the 1992 Constitution?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't think the commissioner has the power to release white paper, but anyway, we made recommendations to government. After the commission, we wrote our report and made recommendations and presented the recommendations to government. That was all we did. We never issued any paper, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, a follow-up question.
A follow-up question on the white paper. Very well.
Do you suppose that the agency of accountability should justify the violation of a constitutional provision?
Well, permit me to treat this as a full question, not a follow-up. So, Honorable Nominee, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman, anything that violates the Constitution is illegal. Whatever it is, once it violates or flouts the Constitution, it's illegal. Thank you.
Yes, you are done. Thank you very much. I would proceed to give the floor to Honorable Bid Azidin. Honorable Bid Zidin. I want Tanzuma. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm happy that you have corrected yourself in the pronunciation of my name. He has taken me to be a Frafra man. I'm a Dagat man. We don't start our names with A. Leader, why are you surprised? Anyway.
Please, your question.
My Lord, congratulations for the nomination.
Thank you.
I think it's long overdue. You have been on the bench since 2000. And you have stayed there as a High Court judge until you were promoted to, elevated to a Court of Appeal judge. have been in this business long enough. Fortunately, you are not one of the judges that is coming from outside the judiciary. Yes, I'm just building something. So, my Lord, in your judgments and doing interpretation, what are some of the rules of the interpretation that you have applied as a judge? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman.
Honorable nominee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Interpretation. The basic rule, the first rule is the literal meaning of the words. The literal meaning of the words. Then number two, if the words create an absurdity, then you go to the next step, which is the golden rule. You ask yourself, what does the law seek to achieve? Then you interpret it to achieve the purpose. Then the third is, what does the law seek to prevent? That is the mischief rule. Then you interpret it as such. Then you go further. We have one we call the Jusdem Generis, things of the same kind. So you know how to do there. And then there is one that tells you how you use words around a word to interpret that word. So these are some of the rules of interpretation we follow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Bid Zedin, Ranking Member, Judiciary.
Thank you
You
very
have
much.
a further question?
I have no follow-up question, but I want to go to my second question.
Very well. Please do.
I just want to say that His Lordship's answer represents, I believe, a most excellent education on the rules of interpretation. Maybe TikTok will just take a bit of it and spread so that law students will benefit from this.
Thank you.
Very well, Mr. Chairman. My Lord, what innovation would you bring on board to improve justice delivery in this country?
Mr. Chairman, yeah, let me finish. Let me finish.
Give me the opportunity.
Okay, when you finish, I would come in.
Honorable Zedin, I believe this question has been asked and answered. The question has been asked and answered by another person. The previous questioner has asked a similar question, and my Lord has provided answers to the question.
Very well.
Wait, Honorable Bid. You know, the question you asked, which Chairman says that has been already asked, the language, the same words, phrases, are you all coming from the same source of tutorials?
Nobody, don't answer that. Nobody has been giving tutorial in these matters. So please proceed to ask if you have another question.
Mr. Chairman, indeed, there's absolutely nothing wrong with we thinking alike, because we are individuals, but we can think alike. There's nothing wrong with that.
Further question?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I only want to congratulate my Lord again, because fortunately for me, I appeared before him whilst he was High Court judge at Suedro, and I saw that he was a very fair-minded judge.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable John Darko. One question and a follow-up, if any.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Coming from the interpretation aspect, Mr. Nominee, if you read Article 66(2), it says that a person shall not be elected to hold office as president
of Ghana for more than 2 terms, do you think that this provision is subject to interpretation?
Mr. Chairman,
Honorable nominee.
the honorable member quoted from the Constitution, and that's what the Constitution says. So I can't have anything against what is in the Constitution. Thank you.
Yes, a follow-up question on the interpretation of Article 66.
Mr. Nominee, so if somebody says that a president of Ghana can serve more than 2 terms, except that it shouldn't be consecutive, what would be your answer to that person?
Honorable Chairman, the answer to that question is what the Constitution says. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Alhaji Omar. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker. My Lordship, congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to go into your rulings and opinions in your previous judgment. And it has to do with your position of the law regarding property owned by couples in divorce or death. What is your position? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our Constitution guarantees that every citizen can have property on his own or her own, and then in association with others. So I'll first go to on death. When a spouse dies, PNDC law 111 comes in to take care of those who are alive. Then when it comes to a will, if a spouse dies intestate, that's he hasn't written a will, then like I said earlier, PNDC law 111 comes in. If there's a will, we go according to the will. But then, if no reasonable allocations are made to the surviving spouse, the court will interfere. Will go into the will and give something reasonable to the surviving spouse. Then when
do you mean intervention or interfere? Do you mean the court would intervene?
Sorry. When it comes to wills, we are not supposed to. Is it the word interfere or intervention?
What I'm asking is, do you mean the court intervening or you mean interfere? You said the court will interfere. I'm asking whether you mean intervene.
I will still use the word interfere because when it comes to wills, we are not supposed to. We interpret as much as the person making it wants it to. And so, Mr. Chairman, to continue, when it comes to divorce, if the property is jointly acquired, both parties have reasonable access to that property. And that's how the court looks at it. But then, a new decision now goes to say that if we must look at all cases on their merits. Recently, Ajay says that, well, it's not automatic. You look at the circumstances. For example, if the property is jointly acquired, fine. But if it's not jointly acquired, maybe I took a loan for it as in Ajay, the court will not regard it as jointly acquired property. So the sharing will be different. But on the whole, when there's divorce, the court will make sure that a reasonable or equitable size of the property is given to the divorced spouse. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further question? Thank you very much. Honorable Patrick Yaboma, the floor is now yours.
Thank you very much, Chairman, and congratulations, my Lord.
Thank you, sir.
My Lord, my Lord, you've handled a lot of commercial cases. Some of us practiced before you. And sometimes business interests do conflict with constitutional rights and other issues within our Constitution. For example, when foreign investment rules conflict with some of our local laws, there tend to be the tendency of the court to always, or sometimes, let me use for want of a better word, sometimes tend in favor of what some Ghanaians refer to as domestic or economic rights. For example, when foreign investment rules and local or domestic rules do clash, how do you manage that thin line to ensure that there is confidence from the investor community on our judiciary?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our judgments are always based on the evidence before us and the law. First of all, the ground norm, the Constitution, whatever it says is the law. Two, if you can't get it from there, you go to case law or statute, and you go according to what they say. As a judge, you have the discretion to interpret, but you don't go outside the remits of the law. Mr. Chairman, that's it.
Is any further question? Yes, if you have a follow-up, please do.
My Lord, most of the agreements that we ratify in Parliament do have some arbitration provisions in there, but you realize that some of these investors do rush straight to the foreign courts or tribunals without exhausting local remedies, and many times the AGs have to go to London or some of the international tribunals to have some of these decisions reversed before it comes back to you. How would you advise on some of these things as a judge?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When unilaterals and multilateral companies are involved, you look at the contract they have signed. If there's an arbitration clause in it, they have to explore that first before coming to court. So as a judge, you look at the contract they themselves have signed. And if they have not exhausted all the grievance resolution clauses in there, you refer them back to it before they come to you. Thank you.
That's my second question. Very well. My Lord, in the past, you've called for the law school to teach. Thank you very much. My Lord, let me start again. You've called the law school to teach subjects like cybersecurity, intellectual property. Why is this so important, and how can we modernize our legal education without losing focus on fundamental legal principles? I know it's part of some of the issues that we've spoken about, having some of these specialized courses being taught at the law school.
Mr. Chairman, law is dynamic, and the life of the law is not static logic, but experience. Things are coming every day. A lot of things are evolving. You will be left behind if you don't follow the trend. So now cyber security and things are now issues of the moment. And it's just prudent that students coming out as lawyers are taught these things. So that is the reason. I don't remember if I got the question well that I suggested. I don't remember that, but even if I did, that is the reason behind it. We must be abreast with times, otherwise we are left behind. Thank you.
My Lord, this is my last question. Since you never walk alone, on your CV, you were chairman of the Koforidua Circuit Tribunal from 1996 to 2000. And Ghanaians recall the work of public tribunals. Because once you are invited there, it means Wahala don't come. And I know it's part of our constitution, public tribunals. Would you advocate for the setting up of public tribunals again to speed up or assist with the justice delivery program? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I like the way you put it. That's exactly what I would do. But unfortunately, it's a wrong perception. People are more relaxed when they appear before the tribunals because, you know, the panel is 3. 2 ordinary people and the judge, who is a lawyer. They are more comfortable from my experience. Thank you.
My Lord, don't you think...
But you say that is your last question. Very well.
My Lord is enjoying the question. So relax, Chairman. My Lord, don't you think Justice Senior Dzamefe sitting with 2 ordinary Ghanaians on a public tribunal will bully them with his law, Chairman, and direct them as to how to take certain decisions, especially when they are not legal practitioners or professionals in that vein? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's unfortunate we think, say, Mr. Chairman, I said once somewhere that law is 20%, wisdom is 80%. Don't underrate those people. They may not know the technical terms, but the wisdom in every case, they know. And you can't bully them. Thank you.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I appreciate the opportunity. My Lord, congratulations and you're welcome. Honorable Chair, if I have your permission, I just want to refer to the Constitution, Article 1461. That states that a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. My question is, what would constitute stated misbehavior for you? What are the acts or omissions? About 3 acts or omissions that for you would constitute stated misbehavior, and 3 acts or omissions that you think would not constitute stated misbehavior. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if
yes, my Lord, we realize that there is a pending matter on that issue before the courts. So you are sitting in your capacity as a nominee being vetted. You are not sitting here in a capacity as a Supreme Court judge. So I am inclined to humbly overrule the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, with respect, the nominee hasn't made a specific reference to a particular case for, and the questioner hasn't made reference to a specific case. I believe that if I understood you right, you are more or less relying on a sub judice principle to rule the question out of order. I humbly submit that to the extent that the nominee is here to express views on the Constitution and public policy matters, you allow him to answer. If we now box ourselves into this situation, then I'm afraid we may not be doing justice to the responsibility imposed on us by the Constitution this morning. He has not referred to a particular matter. And like I argued recently on the floor, the sub judice rule cannot be applied in absolute terms, that there is a matter related somewhere, so Parliament cannot move. He referred to the Constitution and said, what is your view? Give us 3 instances. That is not related to whatever matter you are referring to. In any event, you haven't shared with us the matter that you think, if the question is answered, it will create a problem for same. So I respectfully submit that you permit it.
Honorable members, we all know the matter, even if not expressly stated. He is a Supreme Court nominee before us. Who knows that when the matter, an aspect ends up at the Supreme Court, you may be called upon to preside over it. So, honorable members, it is not proper that we solicit the opinion of a Supreme Court nominee before us on the question being asked. With all due respect, the question is overruled. I will give the floor to the member to ask another question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, before asking the question, I just want to make reference to this. It's, with all due deference to you, it has nothing whatsoever for me to do with a pending matter that has to do with the Chief Justice, which you are making reference. If you look at even the paraphrase, it goes on to say that removal of justices of superior courts and chairmen of regional tribunal. So, respectfully, it has nothing whatsoever to do with the stance you are taking now. Because I have asked that, what would constitute? He is going in as a justice of the superior court. And I'm asking, in his view, what would constitute an act or omission that would amount to stated misbehavior?
Honorable member, you know the rules. After the ruling of the chairman or the speaker, we don't argue that. Please ask another question.
Very well. Just for purposes of record. My Lord, respectfully, would you consider superior court judges to have all, when they are supposed to have, you know, as government appointees, they are supposed to file every indication of properties they have, and they do what we call the declaration of assets. Is it something that you would, is it a position you would also consider for judges of the Supreme Court, or judges as a whole, to also have, as in, file their declaration of assets? And if yes, respectfully, why? And if no, why not? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee, please proceed to answer the question.
Mr. Chairman, as the Honorable said, if that is the law, that all appointees, government appointees, should declare their assets, and judges are government appointees, why not?
they have to declare their assets. Thank you.